Hi, everybody. Welcome to the next session. Myself, Bipan Rangaraju, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science in Annamachar University, Rajanpet. Today, I am going to introduce about what is a data and how it is going to be understandable. First of all, let us have a discussion with what is a data and how it is going to be understanding. So, when coming to the point of data, data is a raw, raw fact, that is a 0 and 1, and we are going to implement this raw fact in the form of some observations like unit of observation. So, unit of observation is a kind that it is a small entity with a measuring properties of STD, and some examples we can consider for unit of observations like a person or an object or a thing, a particular time point or any graphical geographical region or any measurements. Sometimes the units of observations is are the combination to form a unit such as a person with ears, and this unit of observation plays a key role in machine learning for identifying some collections or some observations or any instances or any variables or any features or any feature extractions or any some classifications or for regressions also. Here I am going to compare this unit of observations in the form of features, examples and features. And for identifying these examples and features in unit of observations, we have to consider some data sets, uh, data sets which are relevant to a particular source. I mean, labeled and unlabeled. It will be classified as a label and unlabeled. And if the data sets which are trained, that will be called as a labeled data sets. The data sets which are not trained, that will be called as unlabeled data sets. And I'm going to consider the properties of these points of observations. Like first, an example. So, example is a kind of instance which is used for observation, and that point will be recorded as an instances or a case or maybe sometimes as a record, and we can note that word as an example in a technical sense. Coming to the point of feature is a recorded property or a characteristics, and it will be referred as some attribute or variable or feature. Let us have an example by health condition which is used for healthcare. I'm considering a cancer detection as the best example for this, and this cancer detection will consider as uh, the two categories of variations here. One is about the observation of patients who are getting into the hospital, and the features related to the patients who are suffering from a particular disease, and this has been identified by the unit of observations. And here I'm going to consider the examples as the members of the sample of cancer patients, and the features of the particular patients will be chosen as like person age, person gender, either the gender is a male or female, and the health report of a person like his blood pressures or any is a diabetic or something else, and we can find the pathology test or biopsy test. These are the features of diagnosis about the detection, and this is the best aspect of the point of observation. And we have considered for different forms of data in machine learning, like numerical data, categorical or nominal or ordinal data. I'm going to classify these kind of data into different stages. In first case of numerical data, it is one of the feature which represents the characteristics and will be measured in the form of numbers, and it will be just like a numerical form only. And we don't have alphabetical things in this kind of data. And second one is a categorical data. or we can sometimes call as a nominal data also. And this categorical data will identify the feature of the data, which category it comes under, based on the limitation of the data, whether the data is a fixed data or floating data with possible moves. And we have the data in the basis of some qualitative and quantitative analysis. And such kind of categorical feature of data is also called as a nominal feature. And third point of uh, thought category is a ordinal data. This is a data which identifies some categories like an order list, for example, the person's height and weight, the body mass index of a person based on the his body mass index, like based on his age, gender, and based on the quantity and quantity of the appearance, like mediums, small, medium, and large, and that will be measured in the form of satisfactory, like a scale of point. And the scale of point will be identified in two cases. One is not at all happy or very happy. These are some general classes of machine learning problems. One is a linear, learning associations. Learning association is one of the rule mining. It is a, a mining issue, and this association rule is a learning which is considered in the machine learning as a methodology of discovering some relations called as association rules, and it will clarify the variations between some variables and large databases. And we can measure such kind of rule minings in the form of interestingness. Let us consider one small example about a supermarket. How the supply chain management will be done in a supermarket, purchasing of goods or some products based on the customer's satisfactory conditions. Here I am applying a condition called as if a customer buys onions and potatoes together, then he or she is likely also buy a hamburger. And the example, what this example quotes is, it stands for some customer behavior like which defines a set of products like a combinations like onion and potato and a set of burger. That means these three comes under one association to form one product or one entity or one object or one attribute. Like to create a burger, we need a combination of onion and potato, and the measure of how it is likely to have a customer bought with an onion and potato to buy. And conditionally, we are going to apply the probability as p of onion and potato as one category ratio and burger as one category, and we have a condition probability of 0.8%. It will be stated as the confidence level of 80% of customers, that is LOS, level of significance. 80% of customers who buy onion and potato also buy a burger. How the association rules are made and how what is the use of it? Let us consider the rule in the form of x and y. That is, if people buy x, then they also likely to buy y. Why? Because both are a mutual exclusion things. And suppose there is a customer who buys x and does not buy y, then the customer will have its potentiality of purchasing a y. And once such customers will have a target, then they will go for a cross selling. That I mean to say that a knowledge which will frame such rules in the form of promotional or pricing or a product placements. Let us talk about generalization case of two association rule minings and products of x and y, which are to be a condition probability p of y comma x, s of x, where y is the product with the customer buying of the set of products which is already purchased, and in the form of disjunction among the customers they will be having estimation of p of y with s comma d, where d is the customer attributes like a customer, whether he is a male or female age group or whether he is a married or unmarried, states about marital, and we can have an assume of access of this particular information in the form of condition probability, and we can apply this in naive Bayes classifiers also. Some algorithms which proposes the association of mining is a priori algorithm, elect algorithm, growth algorithm. FE stands for frequency patterns. Bye. Thank you in next session.